All right, all my creepies, find your significant other, grab them, hold them tight, turn down the lights. Mr. Beelzebub is going to tell you another story, and today's story is called Skinless Tom. And, well, Tom was a handsome man. He was smart and funny, and, well, the women just couldn't help but notice him and be drawn to him, and Tom was aware of this. And well, he chased all the women in town. He'd no sooner be with one woman to where he'd be breaking up with her and going to the next woman. And so after he had shagged every woman in the town, he went to greener pastures and started traveling to other towns. And in one town, he met the woman of his dreams, the woman that might tame the Tom. And well, there was one problem. She's beautiful, gorgeous, everything he wanted, but she was married. And well, this didn't stop Tom. In fact, as they went out, and he started to enjoy all the sneaking around that goes with having an affair with a married woman. And well, they would sneak out. They would go to Lover's Lane, and well, do what things people do in Lover's Lane in secret, especially when you can't do it in the town because you don't want to be found out. Well, one day, not one day, but after a while, the husband got suspicious, and he told his wife, named Eleanor, that he was going out of town for the weekend and would not be home. Of course, what's Tom and Eleanor thinking? All right, we're gonna get together, won't have to worry. Well, Tom, or not Tom, but her husband leaves town, and he takes his sharpest hunting knife with him. And well, not long after, Tom comes calling. Eleanor jumps in the car, and they go head out to Lover's Lane. But unbeknownst to them, her husband didn't really leave town. He was on to him, and he followed him out to Lover's Lane. And as they were in the middle of embrace, Tom and Eleanor, the husband quickly opens the door. They're both shocked. Eleanor's like, "Oh my God, it's my husband." Tom sees the knife and goes, "Oh my God, don't kill me." And her husband goes, "No, Tom, I'm not going to kill you. I got something more planned for you." And he grabs Tom and pulls him out of the car. Now, we're going to pause a minute here, because this is where you can go either one way or the other with the story. And that you either leave Eleanor in the car, and she's so panicked and in shock she just stays there, or she gets out of the car and tries to stop her husband from dragging Tom off into the woods. So either way you want to go. I'm going to go with Eleanor gets out of the car, tries to stop her husband from dragging Tom into the woods, and well, for her bravery, she gets stabbed by her husband to death and left there on the ground to die. The husband drags Tom back in the woods, and well, that something more terrible for Tom certainly was. And well, the title says Skinless Tom, and guess what happened to Tom? Yep, the husband skinned him alive, left Tom in the hunting knife on the ground to die, and hung his bodysuit, we'll call it, on a branch in a tree, walked back, got in his car, and turned himself into the police. Well, the police are like, okay, we got to go retrieve the body and all that, so they go into the Lover's Lane and go into the woods, and they look for the body, and they see the skin suit just hanging there in the tree, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is horrible!" And they're looking for, bloody mess on the ground somewhere, and they could never find Skinless Tom. worse than that, they could never find the knife either. So now it is said that Skinless Tom, and this is in Tennessee, I believe Walland, Walland, Tennessee, is roaming around Lover's Lane to prevent people from making the same mistake he made. So if you're cheating on your significant others in Lover's Lane, you're going to get a visit from Skinless Tom. He looks like Edgar back there, but only with covered in blood and gooey stuff and all that. So there you go. Beware, Skinless Tom.